Hey folks, welcome to the farm.
Start that over again. I wasn't recording.
Yep. Hey folks, welcome to the farm. It is July 5th. I hope all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Patrick, say hello.
Hi.
Hi. Man, it is muggy. My screen's fogging up.
All right, this is the first time we've done this. We are
Turn that down that way it doesn't echo.
absolute amateurs.
Let me know.
He's implanting your opinion in your head so that you have to. That's how brainwashing works. You're not asking for an opinion. You're asking them to agree with you. Absolute meatloaf goodness right there.
Isn't that
The crazy thing to
gorgeous?
me is watch her
Nice.
cut this
With
open.
bacon, let's cut into this.
Oh,
Cut it open.
This is what I grew up with, is these two imbeciles.
I'm half the way at the fallen border crossing, and I can't get these goats and chickens off the trailer and into the canoe to get across the river.
Hey folks, good evening. So you notice that there's only half of us here. So just me tonight. We've got Rick had a work meeting tonight, so he is at work. Hold on one second. I just accidentally closed the screen here. Rick's at work. It's supposed to be a 5 o'clock meeting, and he ended up learning at 4:30 that they had moved a 5 o'clock 30-minute meeting to 6 o'clock, which would make it, hopefully he probably left, and he's about a 30-minute drive from here. So he will eventually get here. He's just not here yet. So I expect him probably around 7:30ish, 7:15. Nonetheless, I think I'm sufficiently technically savvy to kind of get this rolling. So I don't have my production editor with me tonight. So going to be an exciting night. We have Gail's Southern Living as our guest tonight. So we're going to get to know Gail a little bit, hopefully get her some YouTube love and get her some support from within our community. And that's the reason we do this, is to try to give support to smaller channels, just as other channels gave us support when we were under that critical 1,000 sub mark. So some housekeeping stuff. I wanted to do some shout outs. So first is Norseman Honey. Norseman Honey sent us a $10 super chat last week. So I just want to tell you, Norseman Honey, thank you very much. If you have not checked out Norseman Honey, please go over and check that channel out. Paula, if you can send out the link to Norseman Honey, I would appreciate it. He's primarily a beekeeping channel. Relatively new. I think he came on our live probably a month or so ago for the first time. That's when I first learned of Norseman Honey. Kind of been a regular visitor since then. Life and More Reloaded. We had a couple of shout outs this week because they got some packages from us here at La La Farm. Life and More Reloaded. Angie over there got her t-shirt. As you recall, she is the winner of the Meatloaf Wars, the crowned queen of the Meatloaf Wars. So part of that is she got one of our shirts. Hey, Norseman Honey, thank you, buddy. Another super chat from Norseman Honey. I was just ringing your bell, brother, and I so much appreciate that. So Angie got her shirt this week and did kind of an opening of that, and really appreciate that. Looks good on you, Angie. Or will look good on you. And then the third one was Highland Homestead. Highland Homestead, they got their shirt as well. generally speaking, after someone comes on our lives, I generally will give them or send them a shirt after they've come on the live. And so Eva at Highland Homestead, she got her shirt this week and was doing a little video on Nigerian dwarf goats, not Nigerian dwarfs, Nigerian dwarf goats. There's probably a big difference there. And she was wearing her La La Farm shirt. So Eva, I really, really appreciate that. Who else we got in here? So we got 21 people. Woo-hoo! Suburban Homestead, Wyoming. Sandy was gonna be in here. She left me an early message saying she had some other things that she had to get done tonight. But we got Paragon Ridge Ranch in the house. They are new to our live. Funny thing, I've seen Paragon Ridge Ranch on lots of lives. I know I've been on their channel. I thought I was subscribed to them, and I went over tonight and I was not. So I don't know if I was a victim of the YouTube unsubbing thing that goes on in the evenings sometimes, but I am sub now. So Paragon Ridge Ranch, there you go. Hope to see you as a regular guest in here. Micro Farmers in here. Gail Southern Living. Gail, have you found resent the link to you? Are you good with that? Because I don't see you in here yet. Just should be able to just click on that link. Paula or Simply Jan Homestead is in here. Jan is one of our moderators, so thank you, Jan. As is Paula Wells, one of our moderators. I want to say thank you to all the moderators that we have in here tonight. I think those are the only two. Who else? We got Kid Family Farm. So Kid Family Farm, I confirmed with them this week. They're going to be on an upcoming live in January. That's a good channel. I mean, that's one of those channels that you kind of watch the content. I'm talking about Kid Family Farm. You watch the content and you kind of wonder, why aren't they growing faster than they are? Because Max got some really great videos, very family oriented channel. And so I want to get Max some subscribers because he needs them. He's not growing nearly as fast as I think he should be growing, given the content, quality of the content that he does. Who else we got in here? We got Voon Child. Welcome, Voon. Ridge Life, Tim. How are you, sir? Always a pleasure. Bomber Steve. Steve from Sweeney's Creek Farm. All right, fantastic. Welcome, Bomber Steve. Getting it done north of 7. We got our Canadian folks in the house as well. You guys should be getting, I sent your shirts, yours and Beth's shirts out, and Darren's from Down Under Farm and Forge rolling on the same exact day, and he got his this week down to Australia. So if you haven't gotten them, you should be getting them really, really soon. Craze Family Homestead, that's another one. They're going to be on here, I believe, next week for our Get to Know Them segment. And what else we got? Journey along with Shannon. Fantastic. So we're up to 23 people. Resonance Homestead. So another Australian friend there. There's a great contingency of channels down in Australia, and I'm finding more, pretty regularly. It kind of started with me, following Down Under Farm and Forge, and now Silhouette Park Farm and Sweeney's Creek Farm and Down Under Oss. I mean, there's a whole bunch of really, really great Australian channels, and it's kind of funny. I was on Silhouette Park Farms live, which they do. Their evening is our morning, so I always listen to Silhouette Park Farm generally on Tuesday mornings. And I'm on my way to work, so I'm on the interstate. I can't really interact, so I'm really just listening. And Adam Kilpatrick, which is he's a homesteader in Australia, but also a musician. And he sang some of his original music yesterday, and then he sang another song, and there was a line in there, a Christmas song that he wrote called Santa Claus or something to that effect. And there's a line in there that talks about, how they're walking around in their shorts and thongs. And I'm like, in the United States, I know what thongs are. So their thongs are flip-flops, if you're not aware of that. It's another term for a flip-flop. And but usually when you hear people they're talking about underwear, and I told they got to kind of chuckle out of that. I told them, the use of the word thong in the United States as it applies to clothing generally is applying to underwear, and that got Nettie a good laugh. So moving down, Tony Walsh is in here. Tony Walsh is also one of our moderators. Welcome, sir. MB Heritage Farm is in the house. All right. And then we got another super chat from Ridge Life. So Tim, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So Paula and the other Tony and Paula and Simply Jan, they're going to try to get your links in there throughout this live stream. Hopefully, everybody will get their channel, that link out. So if you haven't visited each other's channels, please go over and do so. I mean, that's the best way possible to grow this community is just go interact and network within these lives and go follow each other. I know there's no possible way. I say this every day when I see the really daunting number of notifications that I get of how many videos have been posted that are within our subscriber network, and it's just not possible to catch them all. We try our best. So I can tell you I don't catch every single video, but I try to get maybe every second or third one. It really depends on what I'm doing. I got a full-time job that I got to keep up with as well. And so Rick and I, we kind of split our time, hitting all the channels that we can to show our mutual support. So I've been rattling on far too long. We shouted out our moderators. One last thing, and then I'm going to get Gail in here. So she is in the wings waiting. So I got a new hat this week. As you know, I like my military hats. So this is the Uss New York, which is a San Antonio class amphibious transport docking ship. Big fancy word for it lands equipment on the beach for the United States Navy. The interesting thing about this ship is that this ship, you'll see the notification here says never forget. This ship was cast, or at least part of the ship, 7 tons of steel that was excavated from the World Trade Center rubble. 7 tons of steel was collected, shipped to Amite, Louisiana. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Amite, and it was melted down and cast into the very front part of the bow of this ship. Now that sounds really, really impressive. It's 7 tons of weight. That 7 tons that went to make the front bow of this ship equals 1/1000th of the total weight of that ship. So in the big scheme of things, that's not a ton of weight. But I think it's a really cool piece of a way to memorize or to memorialize those who lost their lives at the World Trade Center location, as this ship is kind of a living memorial to those buildings and the people that lost their lives on that day. So interesting little bit of trivia. I love my military hat, so I've got dozens and dozens of them. So I try to wear different hats each week. Eventually, I'll probably run out unless I get some more. So if you got military hats, I'd love to represent it. So let's get Gail on here. So let me add her in here. So we have got Gail from Gail's Southern Living. Gail, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Outstanding. So Gail is one that I had requested. I don't know if Gail reached out to me or if I reached out to Gail to try to get her onto our Get to Know Them segment, which is the interviews that we do every Wednesday with a smaller channel. Smaller channel meaning any channel is under 1,000. Just reach out to me and I'll try to get you on the schedule. I think right now I'm booked out through the second week of January. I think we confirmed 2 this week and added 2 to the schedule for the first 2 weeks of January. So looking really, really great. Now, I had never heard of Gail's Southern Living until Gail put in her outstanding meatloaf entry into the Meatloaf Wars, at which time Angie at Life and More Reloaded kicked everyone's butts. So that's when I first became aware of Gail's Southern Living and kind of went over, subscribed to her channel, and began following her. She's been on many of our lives and interacts with us. So It's been kind of a great relationship, but I really don't know a lot about Gail other than just what we see on her channel. So that's the goal of this. So Gail started her channel, or at least the first video was posted August 28th of 2020, right?
Yes.
Okay, or thereabouts. This is not a test. And so that's what September, October. So 3.5 months, right?
Mhm.
And in that 3.5 months, you content creators will appreciate this. In that 3.5 months, she's put out 140 videos. That's a hard working soul right there to get that much content out in 3.5 months. I don't think we've done that many videos in a year. So without further ado, Gail from Gail Southern Living. So Gail, where are you located at?
I am in a small town called Breckenridge, Texas.
Okay, so Texas is a big state. Everything's big in Texas. So Southern Texas, Central, Northern, Western, Eastern?
Central. I would say it's an hour away from Abilene, which is a mid-sized city, and it's about 3 hours from Dallas?
No, about 83 miles due west.
So an hour and a half to Dallas and an hour to Abilene.
All right. So that really is like, so north central kind of then.
But there's only 5,000 people in this town. So I moved from Abilene to here. So I moved from Abilene's, I think, about 150,000 people, and there's only 5,000 people here. So I moved to a lot smaller city. So
how long have you been there in Breckenridge, Texas?
6 years.
Okay.
So I was born in Dallas. I was raised in Abilene, Texas. My husband and I started internet dating, and we were going back and forth between Abilene and Breckenridge. And then we got married, and I moved here. And he has 2 kids.
So it was really, maybe it was like an internet introduction, but you were still seeing each other live, going back and forth.
We were talking. It was like an internet dating site, and we texted, then we talked on the phone for like a month before we even met.
Oh, wow.
And then we set up our first date there in Abilene.
This internet dating thing is pretty interesting. I've got a customer that buys eggs each week. When they met, neither one of them spoke the other's language. So friends were translating for them. She is from Poland and he is from Colombia. They met online, got married, and moved to Jacksonville, Florida, and learned each other's language. I'm like, that's true love.
Wow.
I don't know that I'd be able to learn a language for anyone else, but apparently it works for them. Well, that's cool. So you've been married how long?
6 years.
Awesome. So I've looked at your channel. Looks like you primarily you've got some chickens.
Yes, 12 chickens.
What kind of chickens you got?
I got Barred Rocks, Isa Browns, Astrolorp, and Americanas.
Oh, all right.
They're
Are they
Easter
American?
eggers.
Like Easter eggers? Okay.
Easter eggers, yeah.
Everybody it's interesting. When I got my Easter eggers, the hatcheries call them Americanas, and I was talking to somebody in a Facebook chicken community, and I said I've got Americanas, and she just handed me the riot act, saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, you don't have Americanas. That's a breed in and of itself. What you have is a mutt chicken." And I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
it's a."
They say if it's a blue egg, it's an Americana. If it's a green egg, it's an Easter egger. I think is what they say.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. People take them chicken breeds really, really serious. Now we got a lot of chickens, and we don't have any Isa Brown. What is that?
Well, this is our first time. We have 2 Isa Browns, and they lay brown eggs. I don't really know a lot about them. My favorite are the Easter eggers.
Really? Temperament
Personality wise.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that. We've got, I think, 5 or 6 Easter eggers. They're all slacking right now. Nobody's doing any work for me because it's winter and days are short. So I'm not getting hardly any eggs at all.
We got 6 out of 12 today. So
I'm not getting even close
not
to
too
that.
bad.
6 out of 60. So,
ooh.
but this is not something that's unique to this year. Normally I can count on, because kind of a weird thing. I'm a numbers guy. So every year I've been counting eggs, and I've been doing that since we got chickens 3-4 years or so ago. So I can tell you on average how many eggs we're going to get, and we're trending right along what we got last year. So we see about an 85% drop between the middle of October and the middle of February every single year. I change feed around this time of the year, so I move them from a 16 to 18% layer to a 22% grower, and then supplement them with calcium. I'll start getting some more eggs, but I won't get up to in a typical day. In the summer, I'm getting about 45 to 50 eggs a day.
So
But we sell eggs. We sell about 40 dozen a week. And but right now they're happy with one because that's all they're getting is 1 dozen on average.
Yeah.
So you've got chickens, and then you do some gardening.
Yes. Yes, this year I didn't have a lot of pictures to put in my Shed Wars video because I'd taken out all my garden before we went on our trip to Montana. So I only had like a few little stray pictures on my that were left on my phone. Of course, a couple of my pumpkins, but so I'd already taken it all out because I didn't want anybody to have to take care of it while I was gone. So, but I've been gardening for like 15 years, but I kind of stay in my comfort zone. So this year I'm going to push myself out of the comfort zone. I'm going to try really hard on some pumpkins, and I got some jumbo pumpkin seeds from Highland Homestead today.
Well, that's what you said she was going to send me some as well. We use pumpkin for a lot. I mean, we feed that. Not only do we will use pumpkin, but then we also use it. Goats and chickens both love pumpkin, and it's
I saw you guys feeding the pumpkins to the chickens.
Supposed to be a natural dewormer. I've never found actual scientific support for that, so I don't know if it's an urban legend, but they sure do like it, and we don't have a worm problem. So
we use a little of that diatomaceous earth in their food too. So
for the
that's
chickens,
supposed to be a good for the chickens, and we use it for the cats too.
So we've got, I'm trying to catch up on some of the notes. So we've Sweet Pea Farm. They just did their live prior to this. So if you're looking for something to do at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday prior to our live, go over and check out Sweet Pea Farm of New York. They're on here, and they said their chickens are freeloading too. So I think it is the season for freeloading. And then
I think when we get colder, the egg production will slow down for us as well. We had some cold days and then some warm days.
So what are your temperatures now? I mean, we've been
today was like 70 and yesterday, but I think tomorrow's going to be I know one day this week we were going to go to the 50s. It was like 72 yesterday, and then it dropped down to like 40 something. And I was outside talking to a neighbor, and I was freezing, and I didn't have a coat on.
Well, it's been starting last Thursday. We've had 4 freeze days in the last week, where it's been, when I get up in the morning, it's under 32 degrees, and I've got to sit in my truck and because I don't, you'll find this funny if you're in the northern states. So like Highland Homestead and Sweet Pea, New York, they've got ice scrapers, because I grew up in New York. So everybody's got a snow brush and an ice scraper on the other end, where they can just resolve that whole ice on your window thing pretty quick. Well, I don't own that no more. So now I got to use like a credit card or something. And that just gets your hands really, really cold. So,
I have the ice scraper, but not the snow brush. But I did use that when I lived in Rhode Island. I had all that stuff.
So as an alternative, I generally just sit in my truck and I find moments to respond to YouTube videos. So I sit in my truck, wait for the window to defrost, and I'm responding to YouTube stuff. So many of you on this live will notice that I was on a lot of videos today, because I had about an hour of downtime, waiting time in my truck, and I just sat there communicating with people. So you got to find the time to do it.
While I'm cleaning or doing projects, I'm usually listening to it. Even if I'm picking up leaves in the yard, I have my phone, and I'll listen for a while, and then I'll decide what I'm going to say. And sometimes I can't watch it while I'm doing chores, but I can listen to what they're saying. So I know their voices, but
I have that same. I think probably most people on here, have a similar issue. So, so I saw some. And then you do a lot of cooking videos. That's what I see a lot of on your channel, just amazing recipes. One of a really great soup that I love is that tortilla soup. And that's one.
That's probably the favorite one of my favorite things I've cooked.
But you got to eat it really fast, because if you don't, then the tortillas get kind of gooey, and I don't like it then. I like it when they're crunchy.
Yeah. Yeah, mine doesn't actually have the tortillas in it. Usually you just crunch up the chips on top, and after that turns mushy, that kind of turns into a tortilla, basically.
All right.
But,
well, it looks amazing. And then, everybody knows Gail was in the Meatloaf Wars. So, and then, here's an epiphany that I've had since I've started this channel on Facebook, or I'm on YouTube. So one of the very first channels that I ever started following regularly was Paige Family Homestead. And you ask why? Why? Because Peggy does some weird stuff, canning, dehydrating. They'll dehydrate and can just about everything. She's the one that emailed me prior to entering the Meatloaf War saying, hey, can I can a meatloaf? And yeah, you can. I've never heard of it, but sure. And then sure enough, she entered her canned meatloaf into the competition. But it intrigued me to see the stuff that she dehydrates. And then I started looking at other channels, and I was on one just today. And then there's a purpose to this story. I'm actually going somewhere. I saw today Deb's Way. I was watching a video of hers, and she dehydrated marshmallows. And I'm like, what an odd thing to dehydrate. I've done it. I told you there's a reason I'm going this way. Then I go on your channel today and I see that you've dehydrated marshmallows. So my question is, why and for what?
I saw it on Simple Suburban Living on Rebecca's channel. I saw her do it. Okay, so you know how when marshmallows are sitting in a bag and they get really sticky on the outside and they're all sticking together, and then you go to put it in your hot chocolate and it's all a clump? Well, when you dehydrate them, they don't stick together anymore, and you can keep them for longer. Well, so then you pull it out and it's not like a mushy clump. It's all, in separate pieces.
What do you do with it? I mean, you can't.
Hot chocolate.
Well, is that its only purpose? Is for dehydrated marshmallow? Because you darn
sure
sure
put
it on a stick.
I think Rebecca does some other things with it on her channel, but for me, I dehydrated it for hot chocolate. I figured, well, I'll have enough for the whole winter.
I just would never think of even trying to dehydrate. I know it doesn't. That's
the funniest thing you found on my channel.
Well, it's one of them. I was intrigued by Deb's Way, and then I found another one on your channel. One of the funniest things is you've got a cat that's absolutely spoiled.
Miley?
Yes. I mean, that cat, it's funny. There was one video, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the mushroom or another dehydrating video that you did. And the cat's just sound asleep, working around. Yeah. That's one spoiled cat, I think.
Miley.
Now you got another one, black one too, right?
And she has a brother that looks just like her, because we got him from their outside cat, Daisy. And then we have a black and white one that is named Baby. She was actually my mom's cat. So this is Miley.
Very cool. That's one spoiled
Yeah, she's
cat.
rotten.
That's the one that started the videos.
Oh, welcome, my mom.
Is that your husband?
My mom and my husband are both on here.
Well, let's put. Are you on a phone?
I am on a laptop.
Well, come on, bring husband and mom in there.
Well, mom is on the live in Abilene.
Oh,
because when I knew I was coming on to your live, I sent a subscription. I basically put you on her so she could pull it up and look at it. And then I reminded her today.
Hey, there he is.
Tasby.
Mr. Gail, Southern Living.
Yeah.
So you missed
busy.
Gail, or what's
And
your
that's
name?
Bright. There's the other brat right there.
I can get him in the picture.
So are your cats spoiled? Would you concur with your wife?
Oh, you have no idea.
Do you contribute to that spoilage, or is that all Gail?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
Yes, he does. He does contribute.
So it's a family affair.
Yes.
Oh, let me see if we got any comments or anything. If you guys
Spoiled
want to ask,
chickens, spoiled cats.
huh?
Spoiled chickens, spoiled cats.
Any dogs?
No dogs.
See, we're dog people. We got a lot of dogs. We got 3 dogs ourselves, and we got our outside working dog, and then my son's got 2 dogs, and right now, because they're living with us, everyone lives in this house, so, and they're all big dogs. This is a time I wish I had chihuahuas and chihuahuas, and yeah, all of ours are big, including our big Great Dane, who's like, I call her our house horse because she literally moves furniture when she runs into it. So
Wow.
very odd. So, well, Gail, so your channel's about 3 months old, and what kind of said, hey, I think you woke up one morning and said, I think this is a great idea. I'm going to start me a YouTube channel and get in front of the entire world.
It's weird that you should say that because I really don't have the personality to be talking to people. Like right now, I think my palms are sweating. I took a deep breath right before. I was like,
all right. Go
yeah,
tell all right,
shy,
Mr. Gail,
really shy.
Mr. Gail, go get your wife a hand towel.
I'm just saying that. I'm really not. But yeah, I get nervous. Like the reason I don't do a lot of lives on my own is because I do get nervous. Because then I realize it's easier on the video, or it's getting easier. I mean, I think my videos are a little better now than they were in the beginning. If you watch my very first video, I tongue-tied almost everything I said. So hopefully I'm getting a little bit better.
Wendy at Spitfire Red says she knows how you feel. So you got a kindred spirit there.
Yes. I've actually been trying to talk my friend Rebecca from Simple Suburban Living into coming on to my live with me because she's nervous about doing this as well.
Well, tell Rebecca to send me an email and we'll get her on here.
I think her channel might be a little bit too big for your.
Is it? All right.
It is. I think she's over 2,000 now.
Oh, okay.
She's been doing this a while.
Okay. So Rick, so you see in the live stream, Rick Robinson. So that's little Rick. So he's apparently out of his sergeant's meeting and is probably en route. So he's in there.
Don't be nervous.
So he says, "Don't be nervous." So he will be on soon. So he's got to go from his work home. So, so what led you to do this then? I mean, if it's kind of not your personality and it makes you a little bit nervous, which is completely understandable. Number one fear in adults is public speaking, and
yes.
It's like not only are you standing in front of a crowd of 20 or 30 people. That's my dogs. That's why I wish I had chihuahuas sometimes. What made you start this channel then?
Well, I was working at a school as a paraprofessional, working with special needs children, helping the kids.
Right.
And I got a neck injury. One of the kids decided to give me like a swinging neck hug where her hands were like right here, pulling on my neck. And so I got a neck injury and I was out for a while. So I was at home a lot trying to heal from that. And I just started watching YouTube videos. I started with Becky's Homestead, watching videos about what to do with chickens.
Yeah, I've seen.
And that's where I started. And then I started watching like Homestead Tessie and Urban Grandpa Prepper, the Alaskan Prepper. Actually, the first channel that subscribed to me was the Happy Prepper, that teenage kid that's a prepper.
Right.
That was my first YouTube channel. I will always remember that. He probably doesn't even remember it or anything, but I will always remember that.
So it just kind of piqued your interest and said, I can do that?
Yeah, I think it's Homestead Tessie. Now, she gets caught up on her words sometimes, too. I thought she's very simple and common and real and mostly. And if she can do it, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can find some people that actually like me. Maybe, I don't know. But
well, the fact that we got what do we got on here now? We got 33 people on here. You got a lot of folks that like you, and
thank you.
A lot.
I actually went and told them that I was going to be on here. I
saw that. See, normally because Rick's not here, that kind of befuddled me a little bit today because he normally does because he gets off of work usually about 3:30 in the afternoon. Speak of the devil, there he is. He gets off work about 3:30 in the afternoon, and he's already done the thumbnail, and he shares it out. So there's some promotion of that going out before the live, and he wasn't here to do that today because his meeting got moved. So we'll get the thumbnail up tomorrow, and I shared it out here. And you know, folks, if you're in here and you want to share out and let anyone else kind of learn about Gail and her channel, then share it out, and maybe we'll get some more folks in here and kind of expose them to her channel. And again, anyone that wants to come in here, if you are under 1,000 and you want to be on this, we're trying to look at something now for larger channels as well. But right now we're still keeping this just under 1,000 for this get to know them segment. And if you want to come on, just shoot me an email, go to the about tab on our channel and shoot me that email, and then we'll put you on the schedule. Like I said, right now we're booked up through the middle of January. So, so we knew Gail as Gail's Southern Living. And then, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I started seeing, you know, Gail in live streams and other things called Gail the Coupon Queen. So is that another channel that you started?
Well, they're talking about how you're supposed to keep things in your niche. So everything I do mostly is mostly like backyard homesteading. But the couponing was kind of like totally off in left field. And I thought, well, since I have two different sides on my phone of YouTube, there was like the me side and then the channel side. I just changed the name of it and thought, well, let me try this for a little while and see if YouTube will know better how to promote it as a couponing channel. So I'm just going to try that out for a little while, see how it works.
Is it working?
I mean, it's a little better because like I know what people are subscribed to me over here, but I'm trying to only work on it like maybe, you know, like once a week or something for that whole day. I'm the coupon queen, not Gail Southern Living. So I just go on and make comments. And I mean, I know more now than I did before. So I just thought I would give it a try to see if it would pull up. Because if I pulled it up under Gail Southern Living, I couldn't even find anything about couponing. But when I pulled it up the other way, it actually started to come up. So it knows where to put me, you know, for couponing.
Okay. Well, because I noticed in some of your Gail Southern Living, your earliest videos were couponing videos. Right.
And what I did was I didn't think those were getting promoted by YouTube, right? Because they thinking you're doing homesteading stuff.
Right.
So I put you here. So I'm just going to see if maybe it'll do better that way. Because I'm thinking there's a whole different group of people that would be interested in that.
Right.
Possibly.
Well, the one that I watched that dealt with like you got a free bag of alfalfa pellets, that interested me because we used a lot of alfalfa during the winter months, particularly during right after the kids are born, our goat kids, which will be around December. We will start getting we give them hold on one second. Micro Farmer, thank you, Tony, for the text message. Micro Farmer, I don't think that I did get your email. I will check. I'm making a note. I will check on that. If you can, just shoot me a second email because I get probably hundreds of emails a day and I wade through them and I can't say that I don't miss some. I do. So shoot me another email and I will make sure I'm looking for it this time. So I apologize. Thank you, Tony Walsh. All right. I'm sorry I interrupted you, Gail.
No, that's fine. I saw somebody ask about the channel name. It's Gail the Coupon Queen. Right. Somebody asked about it because they were interested in the couponing. See, I'll go back and look at it. I don't know if it was Spitfire Red or so. It was going too fast. I couldn't read it, but somebody was
I absolutely don't claim to be like the algorithm know-all, be-all of anything. But, you know, I see other folks that are doing, you know, a real variety of things. And I get, you know, a lot of people have said, you know, stay with that one niche. But, you know, we do a lot of different things here. And a lot of our videos, there's a lot of variety. And they kind of get promoted because are you using any kind of optimization software like TubeBuddy or vidIQ or anything? that might be a better solution for you than creating a whole other channel.
Like in the where you're doing your hashtag or you're putting your tags in, is that kind of where it puts you in the algorithm? Is
Where
that what that's good for?
that
That's probably it.
that helps with search, but what it's looking at is it's looking at how your title is structured. It's looking at where the title within the first 120 or so characters of the description, and then it's also looking at what your keywords are that you're using to describe that and how they're aligned with your channel. There's a free software that you can get called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy, and it's an extension. There's a paid version. You can get basic function though for free. And a big problem, I think, because we can tell when I go onto somebody's video, I can tell because TubeBuddy tells me how well that video is optimized. And this is something that we talked to Rick about last week after he did his tech.
I know, I missed that.
Well,
I wanted
after
to see
that tech session, I was talking to him about maybe doing a video optimization segment and talking about mainly the two that are primarily used out there is TubeBuddy and another one called vidIQ, which he has used, but I have never used. But that might be really helpful to you in making and better optimizing your videos to get them better noticed.
Yeah.
So Roland says you have to know how to use TubeBuddy properly as well. Yeah. So there's I wouldn't say it's a steep learning curve, but there's a learning curve to it. But there's videos online, and TubeBuddy's got some great. They have some great tutorials or YouTube videos themselves on their own channel. You ready, Rick?
Oh,
Okay. So check that out. So Kid Family Farms, they don't think they're doing it right either. Paula Wells, that'd be good. I've seen both of those. I use TubeBuddy on my phone, but have not optimized with it. Yeah, I think optimization with TubeBuddy is probably one of the most important things because there's actually a series of 4 or 5 steps that you have to go through with each video. And it's really a combination of title, description, keywords, and it's comparing what you want to name your title, what you want to name your video is comparing that with what's actually searched on YouTube. And it's a really powerful tool used correctly. So Roland, you're absolutely correct.
How are you doing, Gail?
I'm doing great.
So this
Sorry, I
is
was late.
That's okay. So do you have any questions for me?
what's your hat, Rick? Rick's got
Your mic.
oh.
It says ball humbug. Got it from church. So
From church?
yeah. I also have one that says what is it? It's Christmas something. I don't know. If you want to see the next hat, you can tune in next week. I can't remember what it says. Oh jeez. I think you already asked one of my questions, which was the couponing and why you kind of have the 2 channels. I know a lot of other YouTubers do that. I was just wondering what your reasoning behind it was, but
Yeah, I was just going to see if the couponing would be do better in the YouTube algorithm if it was by itself.
yeah, no, I understand.
Where
Yeah,
the
Dad
people watching it are strictly interested in the couponing,
yeah.
and that's actually what they want to learn. They want to learn how to get some free stuff.
Well, go ahead.
There's a good friend of ours, Ed's Attention to Detail. And Ed, when he first started his channel, he was doing basically model car building. And he realized that niche that he's really hyper focused on was really, in the long run, kind of limiting the interest in his channel. So he's kind of in the process now of kind of broadening that from not only model car building, but also including homesteading. So he's doing kind of the opposite now of what you're doing because he realized that he was kind of limiting it too much, that it kind of narrowed the audience that would be coming to look for him. No.
Yeah, Tinker's wife brought up a really good really, I'm sorry. I'm just now getting home from work. I'm not even in the YouTube mode, but she brought up a good point. Knowing your audience is key. And I think that's where you were going when you had said, trying to offer couponing for people that are interested in couponing and having, with us, we have the Homestead, and then we have the, we'll go out there and we'll cook. But yeah, the audience, knowing your audience is definitely key. But Papa had said something about the TubeBuddy that we use. I definitely encourage you to find some type of optimization tool. I do believe there is. I mean, TubeBuddy can be free, correct, Dad?
Yeah. I mean, it's not, you don't get full function on the free version. But I think it will allow you to partially optimize. I think, don't hold me to that. We pay a small fee to use it. But that cost way outweighs, what the value of that it brings to being able to optimize videos that will ultimately get seen on YouTube.
When he says, it kind of outweighs the cost, I think what he's referring to is we mentioned this in Thursday's live last week, where we were actually paying for our video to be placed before videos. The video, whenever you monetize, you can go ahead and you can choose to have a non-skippable or skippable video placed in the front end of someone's video. Well, those videos are all paid for. That's not YouTube shoving out free advertising or a free boost to your video. And we got the views, but what it was doing is the exact opposite of what Tinker was saying, where it's literally throwing our channel, our video in front of people that aren't necessarily interested in it. Depending on keywords that they've placed in their tags, or keywords that they've placed in their description or in their title. And when we switched over to TubeBuddy, we saw of course you're going to see a decrease, because now you're not paying for your views, but the views that we were getting were the people were actually communicating. They were leaving comments, they were leaving likes, they were leaving dislikes, but it really shows that they were actually interacting with the video rather than just being forced to watch it.
Right, because there's two sets of keywords, and a lot of people don't realize that there's keywords for your channel specifically, and then there's keywords for each individual video. And the more that those keywords are in sync between the two, and TubeBuddy can help measure that, the higher that video is going to perform over time. So I don't want to take all the tech time up with that stuff, but I hope that's been helpful, and Little Rick can kind of help you with that. Some, but I want folks to kind of understand you as well. So what are three things, Gail, that most people don't know about you? I know. So
I like to sing. I like music.
do you play music, or you like just listening to music?
No, I was in choir in school. I actually like to sing.
Wow, very good.
So there will be a little short clip of that you guys will get to see.
Are you doing that soon? Outstanding. Lone Star Pioneering says, make yourself very visible on other channels. You're absolutely right, Lone Star Pioneering, and that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. That's the networking part of growing your channel. I mean, you can't be a lurker on YouTube and expect people to flock to your channel. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I think I'm good at that.
What? Coming in and interacting with
networking.
People. Right, absolutely.
Networking, lurking.
Absolutely.
Some would call it stalking. I will stalk you until you get me on your show. Please, please.
Spitfire Wendy, welcome. Thank you for coming by, and have a good evening. So Spitfire Red's signing off for the night.
Yeah. One thing that I said again last week was, people come in, they say hello to everyone, and also Tim at Ridge Life said the same exact thing. maybe in different words, but it was, you'll have people that come into a live, especially lives, and they will just continuously post and post and post and post and post until they are put into the comment section. They will get their recognition. You'll go ahead and you'll say, hey, how are you doing, Spitfire Red? And then Spitfire Red will leave, not Spitfire Red, but using her as an example. And, Tim's gotten to the point now where he's kind of come up with a way to rid that. And, I can see that working really well. But yeah, going in and actually interacting, going in and not just watching this video with Gail Southern Living and then going to our website or going to our YouTube channel and then pressing subscribe. That's not what we need. We need you guys to go over and show some love to Gail Southern Living. Actually go in there, leave her comments, like her videos, subscribe to the channel, ring the little notification, do all that kind of stuff, and interact. The marketing side is all about interaction, not just trying to get not just trying to go to a YouTube channel and get a quick buck and then leave. No dining and ditching.
All right. David Armstrong says, I spent many hours making videos that no one watched. Hold on. Can you bring that up, Ricky?
Who said that?
This is David Armstrong. It's another, he's in here. He's in the live. He's another content creator down here in Florida. I've spent many hours making videos that no one watched. And I've also cranked out videos in 30 minutes with no effort that over 1 million have watched. So Dave's got a fairly large channel. He's down in really kind of not too far south of us. I just kind of became aware of David's channel in the last week. And I would absolutely agree with that, David. My very first, our best performing video out of all of our videos was a very, very basic barn tour video that when we first put it up, we were not using TubeBuddy. I went back after it was already up, optimized it using TubeBuddy. And now on average, that one video that's probably one of the first 5 that we posted ever gets about 400 views a day. So it gets a lot of views. And it's our best performing video of all of them. And that's all of them. Go ahead.
Oh, I think my best short was of the chickens free ranging in the yard. Very basic,
right.
Free ranging to music. 1,300 views.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So
and the crazy thing is if you were to have asked me, like, if you were to ask me 3 months ago, or I don't even know, whenever the shorts happened, if you were to ask me a week before those shorts and you said, hey, I want to put out a one minute video, I'd have said you're nuts. But I mean, these shorts, we're not getting 20 subscribers or 30 subscribers or 40 subscribers off these shorts per video. But I mean, every single one of those videos, not only does it shoot up your views, it shoots up your views, it shoots up your view time, it kicks up your audience retention, because it's only a minute. I don't know how many of you guys pay attention to your analytics, but that's something that you definitely should pay attention to, is your video analytics, and that's free. It comes with YouTube.
I do know how to look at that.
Yeah, it's very important.
I got 11, I think, off of that one.
It's very insightful. It's almost an impossible goal to reach on every video. But if you get a video that has a 50% audience retention,
that's huge.
That's a really, really, really good audience retention rating for that video. And I think we have 3. The one that Lala just did, I can't remember exactly what video it was, but it was maybe 3 videos ago. The audience retention's like 53% after 2.5 weeks.
Right, so that's performing well.
Maybe we should put Lala on the screen more.
I tell her.
Well, the videos that you see Lala with are goat related. That's what she does. If she had her choice, we would not have chickens. she gets mad because they poop all over everything. So, but she's into her goat. She loves her goat. So, Brian from Castle Highs, welcome, sir. Trying to get Brian on here for a live probably in January. So we're going to try to make that happen. Any closing comments or any closing questions for Gail? We've had her on for, going on 40 minutes or so. So this has been awesome. Gail, any closing comments? What do you want people that we haven't talked about? What's one thing that you want people to know about you that's going to drive them to your channel in droves?
Shed Wars 21.
Okay.
What team am I going to be on?
Well, we got John in here. I don't think Arkansas Woodcutter's in here. So which team? All right, you can break the news right now, right here. Which team do you want to be on?
Will it grow?
Oh, Johnny's got some support in the house.
Well, he is the one that originally invited me. So
John's a good guy. And
if I'm on his team, maybe he won't pick on me. Maybe, I don't know.
No, he's going to pick on you more because you're on.
He's probably going to suspend me with his finger sticking out.
So finally,
I'm ready for that.
I just like talking crap to John because here's people from Massachusetts, mainly from now he's going to yell at me because he's from Cape Cod, the uppity part of Mass. Yeah, he's from Cape Cod, versus Boston. He's a Cape Cod gentleman, an oyster fisherman from Cape Cod. So I just like giving him a hard time. I really suck at gardening. I've done it. I've gardened for a long time. I wouldn't say I suck. I'm just not very knowledgeable of it. I can grow beans, but anybody can grow beans. I kill tomatoes, but we're going to get in there and learn a lot this year. So I had to actually concede to John yesterday because I was talking smack and he's saying he's going to end me or something like that. And I said, I will tell you, John, that I really don't know what I'm doing. So we're learning. This will be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And this will be.
What's your best chicken video for beginners?
Oh, somebody's asking about a chicken video. I have a chicken playlist.
So go check out.
I have playlists.
So Gail wants to go check out the channel, but particularly the chicken playlist. I think everybody's got a chicken playlist that's got chickens. You got to have that.
Chickens, cooking, gardening, and Shed Wars.
Outstanding.
There you go.
Well, Gail,
that's a requirement to have a chicken playlist.
Do me a favor. After people come on to our live, kind of enticing them on here, respond to the email that I just sent to you and tell me you go onto our shirt onto the store, and the link is now on the About tab, and pick out a shirt and then put that in an email to me, the size, color, and design that you want, and I'll get it up to you. I need your email address or your physical address.
Awesome.
All right.
A t-shirt for Shed Wars. All right.
Well, not Shed Wars. It's a t-shirt. Ain't gonna have Shed Wars on it.
Except for that might, depending on what team you're on. I might better wear that before Shed Wars.
All right.
We might be on the same team though. You never know.
Absolutely. Well, I haven't done mine. I'm holding off because I've got a certain theme that I want to do in my introduction video. So I'm going to hold off as long as I can.
I wish I had Rick to do mine.
Well, he's going to, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm putting it off as long as I can to do our entry video because I want to get further along in my I've been building a structure basically for 2 years because I can only build it in the wintertime. Long before I ever knew anything about Shed Wars is when I started this. So
and he doesn't have a honey to-do list.
Yeah, and I don't have a list of 100 other things to do. So, but it's going to get done this winter. And so I will be in my raised beds in this upcoming spring, or at least one set of them. So it'll be a funny entry video, but I'm putting it off until I absolutely have to do it. So, Gail, this has been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I think that I hope that everyone in here has kind of enjoyed getting to know Gail a little bit. If you have not subscribed to Gail's channel, please go over there, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy her content, make sure to hit that thumbs up and start interacting with her. So, anything else, Gail?
Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you for coming on.
I am sorry that I was late. I wish I could have been here the whole time.
What's your hat say, Ricky? What's your hat?
Hold on.
This was a church present.
Bah humbug from the church.
I have never ever been a really big Christmas fan. But the hat fits.
Well, I have a little video of my neighbors over here that have the Grinch up instead of the Christmas
I
lights and
saw that.
decorations.
That is such an awesome. That's a cool video. It's sad, but it's funny.
It is funny.
I found the humor in that.
Someone made a comment about that I didn't even realize was there, and I'm like, oh, I didn't look at it that closely, but thank you. You'll have to go back and read it because you don't know if it's appropriate to talk about.
Right.
All right, Gail. Well, this has been a pleasure. I enjoyed you coming on. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
All right,
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. So anyone that wants to come on this, if you're under 1,000 subscribers, shoot me an email and we will try to get you on here. Right now we are set up. Let me look.
Last time I checked, it was January 6th.
So we got next week, we will have Amy from Crazed Family Homestead on. That ought to be fun. And Amy, if you are, I think she was on here. If you're still on here, I want your kids to be in that video too. And I want to watch, we're going to interview while you try to parent and manage 7 kids. That will be hilarious. So I want to capture that. That will be fun.
So we're gonna go over. I'm assuming I don't have like an agenda, but I kind of understand the direction that we go at this portion of the video. Paragon Ridge Ranch. I have 2 shorts go viral. Last one was 28,000. Not sure the point of it. The monetization is 93 cents. 93 cents. So the retention is great, but not sure the reason we need them. So I'm not sure if you're talking about the shorts or the retention. The shorts you don't necessarily need to make a short. You can continue to make the standard YouTube video where it's somewhere around the neighborhood of 4 to 5 minutes long or longer. Shorts right now are organically boosted if you follow the criteria that kind of YouTube set out, where you hashtag shorts in your title. But shorts build or raise your audience retention. When you raise audience retention, that shows YouTube that people are interested in your video. When your impressions, when people actually click on your video from the thumbnail, that thumbnail, if you get a whole bunch of impressions, that means you're doing an outstanding job on your thumbnail. If your audience retention is then bad, but I just said the impressions is good, that means that your video content needs a little bit more help.
Hold on.
Audience
Craig's Family Homestead, 3 will do just fine. So you're going to have to just manage 3. I can accept that. That'll be fun as well.
But the retention is important because in YouTube, if your retention is high, your audience retention is high, that means it's showing YouTube that people are interested in what you say. So let me sift through some more comments.
Well,
I had
the other thing to address kind of Paragon Ridge Ranch comment is that this is my opinion, is that if you are a much smaller channel, the ones that we invite on here, and you have a short that accumulates a ton of watch hours. So for example, one of our very first goat, or I'm sorry, it was the Evil Water Bowl short. It's our boxer, and we simply got her a new watering bowl. And if anyone is familiar with a boxer personality, they are terrified of anything that changes in their environment. And it was just so funny. Every time she would get a drink, she'd tiptoe up to it, and then she'd jump back and then tiptoe back up to it. And it's hilariously funny to watch her. She's still kind of afraid of that water. Well, it's been a month, but she will drink out of it now. So that video got like almost 7,000 hits in one day. There's no monetization attached to it because it was non-monetized, but it got the hits. So not only did we get views, but we also got somewhere north of between 50 and 60 hours of watch time. Now, we didn't need the watch time when we did that, but let's say that you did that video and you only have, let's say you've only got 500 subscribers and you've only got 300 watch hours and you need 3,000. If you can get a 50% view rate, 50% retention rate on that short, and you're accumulating in a 30, 40-second video, 60 hours of watch time, those can add up really, really quickly. Because at the end of the day, what you need is 1,000 subs and 3,000 watch hours within 12 months to be able to become monetized. So I think, in my opinion, it's more valuable to smaller channels trying to meet those metrics than for larger channels that are already monetized. That's just my thought on it. Rick, you go to sleep?
I'm trying not to. So Paragon again. I just wonder what direction YouTube is going with it. Again, I'm assuming you're talking about the shorts. I mean, who really knows where YouTube is going with it? I know that the majority of what I've heard is they are trying to compete with TikTok. And you know, they haven't rolled it out completely in America yet. I think the only place that it's out completely right now, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but the last I heard was India, where they actually have a shorts button like on your phone,
and there's an editor for it as well,
and there's an editor and all that kind of stuff. And here's my opinion on shorts. Do I like shorts? Do I like watching shorts? Not particularly. But if you're going on to YouTube and you are, say for instance, you know, learning what your best GoPro camera setup is, you're not going to sit there and watch a 1-minute video, and you're going to search for it. And you're still going to be able to get that content. Now, if I just have a channel, and this is what I don't like, is you have bigger channels that are making smaller channels that are just for shorts. I really don't see the benefit of that. You know, this is just kind of a break up the animosity in the middle of your day where you don't necessarily have time to watch a 30-minute video.
Animosity?
And what did I say?
You said animosity. You're angry. You just sit there angry and you're dwelling.
I work at a prison. Yes, I sit there angry all day. All day I am angry. I'm a Grinch all day. No, so but it breaks up the everyday stuff, and where you don't have 30 minutes to sit there and watch on a break because you got to eat. You can just sit there and kind of flip through 10 or 15 of the people that you watch on a regular basis. You can sit there and you can watch 1-minute clips of them, and that portion of it's cool. And then, like I said, from a YouTuber's perspective, from a content creator's perspective, we have done a lot of growth in the last 2.5, 3 weeks. And have we lost some? Yeah, we've lost some. We have gained much more than we have lost. And are the truly loyal viewers that we have, I mean, if you watch this live on a weekly basis, you know who our loyal YouTubers are, and we appreciate you more than you know. But they're sticking around, and there's a few.
So Mac at Kid Family Farm said, Ricky, the word you're looking for is monotony.
There you go. Yep, monotony. I told you. I'm at 14 hours right now inside of prison, and so I'm tired. And yeah, so monotony.
So
but yeah, it breaks up the monotony, and like I said, it gives an opportunity for our viewers to watch 1-minute clips, and that aspect of it's cool.
Brian at Castle High said angry monotony. That is absolutely right. Angry monotony.
Yeah.
So everybody put your hands together for Gail in the chat and tell her, give her some positive affirmations. You did wonderful. So you did great.
You broke up the oh now
You broke up the angry monotony that he was stuck in.
I'm good.
All right, so Craze Family Homestead next week, but we're only going to have 3 kids with her instead of 7, so that'll work. I just, you got to have Amy, your 3 kids, and your husband, or whatever family member, that will be a blast. And then 12/23, we got Mac on here from Kid Family Farm. Great channel. I'm just surprised that Matt's not growing as fast as I think he would. He's got some great content. What? Little Rick, 1 minute of you is plenty.
I still have your email from when you went on the live. I'm just going to send you 20-minute clips all day of me doing nothing. Me sitting there fiddling around at work. I'm going to send you a clip of it.
Then 12:30, we've got Lori's World, and that one I'm really looking forward to. If you've watched any of Lori's videos, the interaction, the humor, the laugh out loud moments that her videos create because of the interaction between Lori and her mother. So I told Lori, you and your mother both have to be on this live if you're coming on, and she said that's going to happen. So Colette Fry, Tina, welcome. I don't know if you've seen Tina's video from today, but Tina and Frank and Tina, they need your prayers. Send them your prayers. Keep them in your prayers. Tina's video today that she put out, she's been diagnosed positive for COVID, and her family could use and needs your prayer. So please send them in Tina's direction. And Frank's direction and their whole family. And then 1/6. So in the first one in the new year, be January 6th. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I was really intrigued by the title of the channel and the picture on the banner for the homepage. So the picture is a picture of the Notre Dame Cathedral in France. And the title is Little Frenchie in Big Texas. And I think Little Frenchie in Big Texas is on here. And I'm looking forward to that because I'm just really, I'm really intrigued by the story behind that channel. And given Little Frenchie in Big Texas, given her accent, she is French. So I want to know how she got to Texas. So that'll be fun. What else? We still got 31 people, and you guys are awesome. Rick, we doing any tech stuff tomorrow?
I will be doing a short session on just kind of what you need to really pay attention to, what you need to pay attention to while creating a thumbnail, and making it as visible as possible when searching through either a vertical layout on your phone or the horizontal grid, just the grid pattern on a desktop.
Sweeney Creek Farm, that would be phenomenal. Shoot me an email. They're saying we could do a live link up from our new homestead build in January. If you're interested, I think that would be awesome. My 7 o'clock would be your morning. So shoot me an email. Go to the About tab on our homepage. Shoot me an email of kind of what you're thinking, and I think that would be a ton of fun. Roland said he's downloaded GIMP and is using it. That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank the Lord it's going to be short.
I'm telling you, John's on a roll tonight.
John. So, John, are you going to hang out with the other Cape Codders after this at the club? Is that where you're going? That's all right. All right. Already put up the shirt store information. All right, let's give away either a shirt or a $10 Amazon gift card. And this one sounds easy, but it isn't unless
I don't even know what the question is.
All right. What's the significance of the 2 green F-150s in our recent farm tour video?
the significance of the 2 old green F-150s.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go.
So I have, like I had said, we're gonna do that thumbnail video tomorrow live.
Tony Walsh is the winner. So Tony, you want $10? You just want me to keep sending you shirts. You're not gonna. All you're gonna have in your wardrobe soon is La La Farm shirts.
Man, there is a lot of y'all screaming the correct answer.
Tony Walsh got
Awesome.
it. Taz B got it. Gail Southern Living. Oh, that's absolutely right. That one of those green trucks. The reason I have two of them is one is a parts truck, but the first one in that video with the door sign on it, that was my father's truck that I gave him when I was, I made a promise to him when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, long before I knew what that really meant. My father never had a new truck. So when I was 7 or 8 years old, we had this really beat up powder puff blue F-100 with a wooden cap that he had built to put on it. And it was hit or miss whether it would get going each day. So I told him one day, I'm going to give you a brand new truck. So I went into the Navy, and shortly after that, I was in my mid-20s, I bought my first new truck ever, and I gave it to my father. And he drove that up until it had about 160,000 miles on it. And he passed away about 5 years or so ago, and I got that truck back. So
Roland, it ran when his father passed. BT dubs. So found on road dead. You're either a Chevy or a Dodge fan.
Oh,
this is Ford territory. The only dealership that we have in Baker County is a Chevy dealership, and the Ford dealerships are probably 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes away. There's still just as many Fords in Baker County as there is Chevys. So
all right, so Tony Walsh. Apparently, Tony does not want an entire wardrobe of La La Farm T-shirts. so Tony says, "Give it to the next in line." Are you sure, buddy? Because I can give you you can do the Amazon gift card. You want to do that? He said, "Give it to the next in line." So
that'd be Taz B.
So Taz B, and I think this is probably Taz B's first live.
If I have not seen Taz B in any of our lives, if you have been in our lives, maybe you haven't commented or interacted much, but we do appreciate you coming in tonight.
All right, so Taz B, make sure I'm going to go to your channel and make sure you've got an email on your about page. If you do not, then I'm not going to be able to reach out to you. So shoot me an email and I will confirm it with you. What design of shirt, what color, what size, and give me your shipping address in that email, and I will get a shirt sent out to you within the next few days. So, yes, it was my father's truck. What else we got in here? I think that's probably about it.
What I was saying about tomorrow's live, so I have not discussed it with Papa, but I am contemplating on whether or not moving this live to Sunday for one reason, and that's so we can break up that Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday rotation, because to do 4 videos in the middle of the week while me and Papa both have well over 40-hour-a-week jobs is that's fun. So I don't know. How many of y'all would be opposed to me doing it on a Sunday instead of a Thursday? Tasby says, Roger that.
Roger that. So Tasby, the only
I have a new opening on Sundays.
Huh?
Paula says, I have a new opening on Sundays.
So Tasby, are you former military? Because that's the only people that say Roger that. Boone Child, no. Southern Prepper, no problem here. Sunday is okay. Sounds good. Taz B is my husband. Oh, okay. So Gail, you're both getting a shirt. That's funny. I get it now. All right. Anything else, Rick?
Nope. It looks like Sunday's a go. As long as Sunday's a go for you.
I think this about covers it. We're going to try to get some additional videos done that were an epic fail a couple of weekends ago because I don't know what I'm doing operating camera equipment. We're going to try to get those done this weekend because we got to get some content for next week.
We had, the thing is we had like 2.5 weeks lined up, and then I don't know how we just kind of like, I mean, it just went away.
Work's been crazy. The other thing is,
I agree. I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open.
Boonchild is not liking the Sunday idea. So
No, I got an upside down smiley face for Sundays.
Rick, I sent you an invite for Eve via email. Did you get it? Rick, I sent you an invite via email. Did you get it? I will look. I'm not sure. I will look when we get off, Paul. The other thing is in 2 weeks, and is Max still on here from Kid Family Homestead? We're trying to figure out logistically whether I'm going to be on the live for the I think it's the one on the 23rd. It may just be Rick. It may be me and Rick, but I will be probably having an out of body experience at that moment. I'm having surgery that morning for a deviated septum. So here's how bad this is. So when you see or hear some of these shorts that I have put together, and you pay real close attention to the audio in those shorts, and you hear something in the background that sounds something like, and it's this really, you can hear heavy breathing in the background on those videos. That's my nose because I can hardly breathe through my nose. So the doctor has said I'm not allowed to do any work for 48 hours after, and this just got set 2 days ago. So Mac, I had put you on the schedule before this was even set. The doctor said you can't do anything for 48 hours. And I'm of the opinion that doing a YouTube live stream doesn't count as work, but Lala is not agreeing with that assessment. So she expects me to just sit on the couch and do nothing. And that's going to be an impossible task for me. I can't.
The issue did not lie with you doing a YouTube live. The issue lied with you walking up the stairs, because walking up the stairs would create, I told Lala, this is the funny part, because I'm a smart, I got a smart mouth. So I told Lala, I said, yeah, it's probably not a good idea for Papa to walk up the stairs. It might change the atmospheric pressure and cause some pressure in his nose, and it might bleed or bust the blood clot. So, but Paula says, what is it? I think she said, dude, oh man, it's way up there. And you guys are interacting a lot tonight. Thank you. Paula said something about, dude, you're not going to be on the live after surgery. See, that is the exact opposite of what I would like. I would love for Papa to make an appearance after surgery while he's coming off of the tranquilizers.
Well, the bottom line is, so who said that? Paula said that?
Yeah, it's somewhere up there.
So generally say you shouldn't drive vehicles when you're coming off general anesthesia. I think I can do it, but we're still in labor negotiations with Lala as to whether or not I'm going to be allowed, if that's considered work, because I don't consider it work. Lala says that she's not going to allow me to be on the live. So maybe I'll just sit there on the couch on my phone. That might be where the negotiations end, is me sitting on the couch with my phone. So we'll see.
There's so
No.
We got a no. He will be in so much pain. Paula is I mean, she is genuinely concerned about you right now.
No
Simply,
bench.
Dan, I completely agree. No bending, no lifting. He can hold a phone.
You know, if there's my nose won't be packed. They basically make an incision on my septum. They line my nose up, and this is the funny part. So there's these things up in each nostril called the what are those things called? The turbinates. Now, when you if you ever took like a biology class in high school, is he going to have 2 tampons sticking out his nostrils? No, Tony, I am not. So basically, they put Papa. If you kept your mouth shut, then you could breathe with your nose. That's the problem, John. I can't breathe through my nose. I sound like I'm constantly sniffing, but I can't get air in my nose. So there's these things in there called the turbinates. The turbinates are the filters that swell and release, and that actually serves as the filter for your nose. So I said, well, what do you have to do with that? And the doctor says, we basically do liposuction on your turbinate. So they go in there and they suck fat out of my nose. And I said, well, if I went on a diet, would my turbinate shrink? And he said, it's not weight related. So I had to clear that because this shutdown and COVID thing has just not been nice to my waistline. I've gained 12 pounds since February. So I got to go on a diet. First, I got to get Rick's wife out of here into their own house so she'll stop cooking all this great food.
I'm telling you, John is on a roll tonight.
It's too bad your mouth doesn't have a filter. My mouth has a filter if I want it to, John. I just don't ever want it to with you. So, all right, folks, we're going to get going. So you're getting liposuction. I'm getting liposuction inside of my
nostril liposuction.
Inside my nose. That's how it was described to me. They basically put a hole in the turbinate, the little piece up in your nose, and they suck tissue out of it. I think I'm going to be on live, but we'll see. I'm still in labor negotiations. Like I said, that's going to be up to Lala. She may put me on house restriction.
Or Lala's the boss.
Yeah, she's the boss. Happy wife, happy life. I've learned that. That's how I've been married for 34 years. So, all right, folks, we're going to close this down. It is 26 people still in here after an hour and 27 minutes. You all are awesome. We appreciate it. Ouch, sounds painful. So thank y'all for hanging out, and we will talk to you next week. Take care. Always remember, treat others as you would like to be treated.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah,